Hi, you guys. It's LaQuisha here. Waiting on you guys to come in. What's up? What's up? As you guys know, I try to go live with you guys every week. I try. I've been down on that for a while, but hey, I'm back. So I'm back with you guys this week, and on this particular page, I generally try to offer like some encouraging or motivational talk. So we just gonna call it Let's Chat. And no short shell, no Charnel. I'm not taking your name until I can find something else to say. I am gonna tell you guys, let's chat with me. All right. So as I kept pondering, trying to figure out, all right, so what is something that I can discuss for this particular week? What is something that I feel led to say on this particular week? I begin to think about, like, let's talk, let's chat. Can we talk? Can we talk? Let's talk. All right, so what I figured that I want to talk about or discuss on this particular Sunday is because I always talk about self-love. I always talk about self-loving yourself because that is the hardest thing. But tonight, I want to talk about probably something related to our health, our mental health, and that particular well-being. I can't talk about food, honey, because I struggle. But I want to talk about our mental health for sure, because in so many different ways, you guys, and it's so easy for our minds to become boggled with day-to-day situations, circumstances, thoughts of our past and things that we have been through, are going through, something we know we got to deal with later. And all of that, you guys, can definitely cause mental stress, y'all. So we're going to talk about that. Who wants to talk about it with me? Because I'm going to just talk about it. So with our mental and everything that goes on there, you guys, what I truly, I definitely talk about it a lot with people is basically getting into habits where you are able to de-stress yourself, right? So it's another part of loving yourself and taking care of yourself. And I tell people, get into a space where you're able to sit down and try to clear your mind. You're not really thinking about much of nothing. For me, I try to use yoga or something like that to help combat all of that for me, just to keep myself in meditation and things like that. And for me, I also use prayer, because I'm a God-fearing woman, and I use prayer because prayer changes things. It may not come when you want it, but it's always going to be on time. So in talking about this mental, you have to definitely be careful, you guys, because sometimes we get ourselves involved in situations and maybe at the time we're strong enough to handle it. Maybe at that particular time we are able to maintain a composure. But sometimes you're not always aware of the toll that is taking on your body just to even make sure that you're able to maintain this level of composure that you have in this particular situation. And so that's why I think for us, our mental health is definitely so important, you guys, and what we allow ourselves to be involved in. I know for me, when it comes down to me, one thing that I had struggled with a lot, you know what I'm saying? A.L. Malone, are you my cousin? Huh? Do I know you? We cousins, we kinfolk. So, one thing that, for me, dealing with something like your mind and what you allow to feel and take over, for me, it was always, definitely other people. Like I gotta admit, I'm a people pleaser that time. So for me, it was always taking on the stressors of someone else and trying to be super strong to where nothing ever bothered me. Nothing ever fazed me. I was always, you hardly ever saw me upset. I really didn't get mad. And I thought I was doing a really good job at that. I thought that was how I could control. I was in control because no one else was in control but me. And what I found out as I got older, you guys, is that type of stuff does take control of our minds. It can become a mental burden on us. And it's like they say, you become so strong to where you can have a very, very weak moment, because you're not balancing out yourself, okay? It's okay to not have it all together, and it's definitely okay to not be okay. You know what I'm saying? So part of taking care of yourself, and y'all know I'm all about loving yourself. Y'all know that. I talk about that so much. It's pitiful because I'm still learning. So it's a part of you taking care of you and loving you. And it definitely starts with what goes on in our minds, because what we constantly tell ourselves and replay in our minds and act out over and over in our minds, it can affect our emotions, y'all. It can affect the way we feel with our heart. You know, it can affect our moods. And it all starts with our minds, right? Like if we think about how powerful our mind is, we would truly understand that we are truly in control of a lot of things just with the thoughts and things that go on in our minds. You know what I'm saying? And just being aware, okay? And just being aware of what... just being aware of what it is that we are allowing ourselves to be attracted with and just to play over and over in our minds, right? That is definitely a true thing. You got to be careful what it is that you allow to come into your mind, your eyesight, whatever it is that gets up there, because it may not affect you now. It may not get to you right now. You know what I'm saying? But as time goes on, like we store these things in our memory banks, right? We store these things in different parts of our memory. So we all can sit here and see the exact same thing, right? But depending on my emotional state, where I am mentally, physically, and emotionally in my body, my perception of this whole entire conversation, this whole entire thing that I'm viewing or whatever is going on, the perception of it from my standpoint will be stored in a whole nother memory bank than what you may experience because of how you're feeling, right? And that's why I say so many times that for us, we definitely got to learn how to love ourselves, because once we learn how to truly take that time to love ourselves, we can do just what you can do with someone else. Like, how many people have ever been so in tune with somebody else, or even your children? You can look at them and you can tell when something is wrong. You can look at them and tell when they're happy, when they're sad, and all these things are going on. Well, when was the last time you was able to look at you and pay attention and become aware of you and how you're feeling, and when you're in need of a break, and not no one else's break, your own mental break? Rodney, what's up? Oh my God, I got my first commenter. I think we have to get into that moment of stillness. I agree. For me, like I said, for me, it's yoga. Gregory says exactly. For me, it's yoga. That little time you sit to bring yourself into your center and you just meditate and clear your mind. A.L. Malone, you're a very smart lady. Thank you. Are you my cousin? Like, you ain't never answered that question. You my cousin? Like, I know you. So when you can sit and definitely have that stillness, as Mr. Rodney says, and be able to clear your mind, y'all. Some people think yoga is the pretzel shapes and the downward dogs and the God knows whatever else. Okay, yeah, that's it. But one of the main things that you have to do before you can even ever get to that level, you have to be in control of your mind. You have to control your mind, because without the controlling your mind, you can't do any of the other functions anyway, right? It just ain't gonna happen. So that's one thing I love about yoga. You really, really have to get still. There's one yoga practice that I do, man. Y'all, we sit there for 10 minutes with our eyes closed and we're just clearing our minds in prayer. Whatever, you know, it's not a meditation of things other people tell me, watch out for yoga. You know what that is. I love this group because when we meditate, her whole thing is, you know, you meditate, you pray to God, you do whatever you need to do to clear your mind and center yourself and become aware, first of all, of your body, you guys. That's the thing. And it's a mind thing. It's a very subconscious thing. So tonight, our Let's Chat is going to be definitely about our mental, keeping our minds in check and doing the things that we need to do. And it's not a selfish thing, you guys, to need that space or that moment to yourself. Now, for me, I am I'm a person who loves to be, you know, I love to be by myself, don't get me wrong, but I also have a moment where I just want to be up under somebody else. So I have to, for me, know when to have to take that break. That's hard for me, you know what I'm saying, knowing when to take that break, because I don't want to take a break. You know, it gets weird. I don't want to take a break. I want to be right there, you know, things like that. Derek, what's up? I see you. Chad, what's up? Mr. Rodney, meaning detach yourself. from TV, music, phones, etc., and have a self-conversation, reevaluating yourself, write down what brings happiness as well as sadness, then eliminate those toxic behaviors. Just work on it daily and things will manifest. It has to be a constant routine. I totally agree with Mr. Rodney wholeheartedly on this. That's one thing we just talked about on my other live before I came to you guys. I do 2 in a day. And what we did talk about was definitely writing out our goals, because it's one thing to think it, but with everything that we store and put into our minds, I mean, things can be easily. Chad, thank you. This Angie, boo. This Angie over here. You like her? Her name is Angela. Thank you. And I love her too. Like this one is my best friend. Like last week I had Karina. We had just met, but this is a new boo. We've been together for a while. She done up Trump Ursula for me, because Ursula was my boo, but now it's Angie, Chad. This Angie, and she my boo. Okay, so you know Angie on deck. I feel cute. All right. So A.M. Malone, you're a very smart lady, and it's good you was talking about mental health, because Black people believe they have them problems, and yoga is great, and starting in prison, and yes, it helps with the mind and body. Yes, Mr. Malone, you still answer my question like, are you my cousin? Are we related to something? You're absolutely right. In our community of Black people, when we're talking about mental health, it is looked at as a bad thing. If you tell somebody, oh, you need therapy, I'm not crazy. Hey, I said it. I don't know therapy, ain't no wrong. I'm not crazy. You calling me crazy? Like, that was the thing. And so, in our community, we definitely take it to that level of thinking that you have to be crazy. Sometimes, like, I've had therapy, and I want to go back to therapy. You know, gotta find a therapist, but in my new town. But I love my therapist. It was a great escape, you know, whenever I needed to escape. You know, I didn't see her all the time, but, you know, I saw her. And so the times I did, yes, it was great to, for me to have that neutral situation of someone who knew absolutely nothing about me and was not going to give me their opinion, you know, because that was not what you was there for. You weren't there to tell me what to do. That's how I felt. You gotta listen to me and help me figure it out on my own. Like, don't give you know, she gave me tasks, she gave me homework assignments to work out, and then not like paper, but hey, with this that's going on in your life right now, let's figure out some things we can try. And once I give out those tries, brainstorm some ideas, let's work a few, and then when you come back, tell me how that worked for you, what happened, things like that. So it's like me coming to my own realization. So when it comes down to our mental health, I definitely agree. I think that everybody, whether something going on in your life or not, needs to go see a therapist. We all need at least at one time to sit down. Me and my sister Taisha talked about that a lot. We all need that one time that we sit down and we just be able to let it all out, without the extra. Because when you talk to family, we love you. We love you, and we don't want to see you hurt, or some people get off on that. You know, they love to see you hurt. And either they're going to add to that stressor, or they're going to be trying so hard to overcompensate with their help to where you can't see it. Oh, I raised my hand because I'm a Virgo. I do that. I overdo it for you. And I don't mean it. I don't mean it. But I love you, and I just want to see the best for you. I really want to see you excel and do good. Like, that's just who I am as a Virgo. You know what I'm saying? So when it comes down to us as African American people, like, I do agree, we definitely need to be very aware and conscious of our mental, and you don't have to always express that to everybody to get that done, you know, because not everybody know how to help you. Like I said last week, we have so many broken people in this world that the blind can't lead the blind. You're just going to be in a ditch. You just can't do it. So therefore, you definitely have to be at a point of healing and restoration in your own life to be able to pour into somebody else, because you can't pour into a broken person when you're broken yourself, because you're pouring out of an empty cup. Like, who helping who here? It's just not gonna work. And Mr. Chad says a lot of people need therapy but are ashamed and have too much pride to allow themselves to get that type of help. I wholeheartedly agree with you, Mr. Chad. It's definitely a thing that's like that, because when I first went to therapy, I was like, is everybody gonna know I'm going? Like, I don't want nobody to know I'm going to therapy. Like, is everybody? And they was like, calm down. we will not tell anybody you're in therapy. I'm like, oh, okay. After a couple of sessions, I'm like, hey, I'm in therapy, y'all. This is good. Like, I didn't care. I was telling everybody I'm in therapy. I was kind of happy. No matter what y'all thought about me, shoot, I was getting myself together. You know what I'm saying? I was going through some things, and I had a miscarriage. I didn't realize I was still battling with. You know what I'm saying? It was my first one, and I didn't realize the toll that it took on me at that time. So having therapy and what I was going through at that time, it really, really, really did help me. There's some things even to this day, I sit back and think about what me and my therapist talked about, what resolutions we came up with, what ideas we came up with, and I still think about that, and I even pass that on to others to this day. Me and my sister do that. Rodney, my boy Rodney, talk to a therapist that doesn't know you. Yes, that's the whole point. You need a neutral person that does not know who you are and cannot give their emotional attached love and guidance to you, because that's where things can get tricky, because you have your parents, depending on what kind of parents people are raised around, because some parents are broken. I'm sorry, they became parents while they were broken. It's just what it was, and it never got healed. But you have some parents who love you so much, and they pounce on you and pounce on you, and they're doing it out of love, and it's coming all wrong. You know what I'm saying? And it's not meant to weigh you down. It's just that's how they're loving you. I mean, they're emotional. You're in a bad relationship. You're in a bad situation. They can see where it's headed. And I'm like, listen, I'm going to pounce on you because I want you to do better. I know you can do better. I've seen you make it through other things. So I know I could just push you through this too. I could just get you through this too. And you don't need that. And that's one way a therapist can definitely come in and be able to be a neutralized person without the emotional attachment to you and your circumstance, and be able to offer guidance. Not a way out, but guidance in whatever's going on. And that can definitely be a part of helping out with your mental health. Chanel, what's up, boo? I see you. That can definitely help out with your mental, because we definitely need those moments where we're able to just de-stress, like calm down. Like, we can be on the outside and appear very cool, collected, nothing's wrong with me, but my mind is forever turning. I can't even sleep because of it. You know what I'm saying? Your mind plays this movie, and it's it's after the other, and it takes a commercial break, and it comes right back. Like, all these things just go on through your mind and can run over into your night and then your morning. And it's just a constant thing that never stops. And you definitely have to learn how to take that time in that moment to sit back and, like I say, meditate, get still, get calm. And for me, it's yoga. That helps me out a lot. Like I say, we got one video where we sit there and we do 10 minutes, y'all. The first time I ever done it, I was like, I'm going to sit here for 10 minutes? I ain't doing that. Like, I'm finna get up. I'm not doing that. But I came back and I sat as long as I could. But after a while, I was able to literally sit for 10 minutes and clear my mind, center myself, pray, and clear my mind. What I'm trying to do with my daughter now is get her back into yoga with me, because when I first started doing yoga, it was the first time I realized that I did not know how to relax. I thought that what I was doing was relaxing. No, that was just me doing nothing and getting still or procrastinating. That's just what that was, because I didn't feel like being bothered for the moment. I'm finna go over here, I'm finna relax, I'm finna chill. No, I wasn't really doing that if you think about it. So with one of our yoga things that we did, we had to truly learn how to relax from your head all the way down to your toes. You had to be aware of your jaws. You had to be aware of your eyes. You had to be aware of your nose, your cheeks, your teeth, if they're grit down or what stance that is, your tongue. Like, you had to be aware of your neck muscles that go down to your shoulders. And if I'm at my shoulders trying to relax that, if my eyes become a little too tense, because now I know what that feels like, because I never knew anything was tense like that. If I feel like my eyes are getting back tense, I have to work back on my eyes before I can continue to go down my body to truly relax and de-stress my mind and my body while I clear it. And that was a very hard thing for me. And when I first let my daughter do it, she laughed the whole time because she couldn't couldn't relax, and she didn't realize how she couldn't do it. And I said, that's how I was. You know, when I'm in the beginning, I'm like, oh, relax, I can do that, I'm good. When it came down to that part to relax, I was so shocked at how tense certain parts of my body was, because I just had never truly just relaxed before. So we definitely have to get to a space and time in our day or our week where we can truly be able to devote and dedicate time to where there is nothing, like nothing for your distraction, and truly de-stress and relax. Not just, oh, I'm just going to sit back here and chill and don't move my body. No, I'm going to relax from the inside out, right? From the inside. That means my mind has to learn how to go blank and clear. That's a hard thing for me to do. I do practice it with my yoga, but it is so hard for me to do. Some days I get it, y'all. Some days I don't. Depends on how stressed I am. Like what my mind won't let go. How am I going to do this? How am I going to pay that? How am I going to make this happen? How am I going to get this stuff in my future? Or, oh my God, you know what I forgot? I forgot to fill up my cart. Like, that should not be on our minds. You know what I'm saying? Like, there are moments we need to just literally have a clear mind to really just de-stress and relax and reset. Okay? So, take care of our mental health, you guys. Definitely be very aware of that. Because sometimes you don't even know that your mind is boggled. Like, you don't even notice it because it's you. You deal with you 24/7. It's non-stop. You don't get a break from that. So definitely learning how to learn yourself from the inside out in that manner without the cover-ups, because sometimes, you know, we can say we're fine, we can say we're good, we can smile and know that we're faking it through, knowing we're faking the funk. We can do all of these things knowing, but what are we doing to truly, outside of all of that, in front of everybody else, what are we really doing for our mental? And I ain't talking about self-medicating. I'm talking about outside of that, like no self-medication. All right, like learn to do this without any help from any other source but you know, relying on you for that time being. It's just a short time that you are relying on you and no other medication or the chemicals, no other plants, no nothing. It's you and you centering yourself. And we need that, y'all. A lot of us are suffering mentally and aren't aware of just how strong that power is over our lives. And that's how you have some of us, we take things so hard, right? Because some of us, we love hard. You know, we love hard our families. We give our all to our friends and our family and our relationships, and we just give so much till we don't give enough. Because it's not that you're not giving to yourself. We just don't give enough to ourselves. And it can be mentally, emotionally a draining aspects for our lives. And sometimes you just have to take that moment and really think about our mental and focus, y'all. Because sometimes you ever hear people and they just go off. We talked about that last week too. You know, don't make me, don't make the old me come out. You know, we just kind of go off and go to a place, either black out, you don't remember what you did, or you do it and you're conscious of what you did and you feel bad later, or you do it and you don't have no remorse for it right now. You know what I'm saying? Because I meant everything I said, but you know, sometimes we can handle things a little bit different and still mean everything that we say. So that's how you have all of that tension going on. I know before I started doing yoga, you guys, I used to be, because I don't like to get angry. As a child, I would always tell myself, no one is going to have power over me. No one's going to let me get angry. I'm not going to go there with you. No matter what you did, you were not going to control me. Because I always felt like, if you can make me angry, what you do made me angry, I'm no longer in control of myself. You are controlling me. I am literally your puppet and you got the strings on me. And I was too proud for that. Like, you wasn't going to do that to me. I was not going to allow you to take that much of my power away from me. And I still try to live by them same tactics that, you know, you're not going to take the power from me. Or whatever. And so what I did was, sometimes I would get so angry. I could feel it in my fingers. Like, I could feel it in my hands. And I'm just so angry. You know, and people are like, oh, you need to let that out. You need to cuss them out. You need to blah, 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 go off, do this. And I'm like, but that's just not who I am. I wouldn't feel good about me later. I had to find another way. Then I started doing yoga, right? Okay, that helped me a lot. Like, man, I was mind blown by what it could do for me. You know what I'm saying? Mentally. And then, we're going to call you cousin. Then my cousin say that's true. Because he won't answer the question, are you my cousin? So, right. So, then I got into a relationship. Don't know why this particular relationship had the effect it had on me, but for some reason, all bars was like, I'm going off. And guess what I did, y'all? I went off. I was a whole other person. I didn't even know myself. And y'all listen, I was lashing out. I was cussing. I was ready to fight. Y'all, I didn't know myself. And this anger came out of me. And I hated it because I was like, I kept telling myself, I'm not going to let this control me. It's not going to control me. It's not going to control me. He was controlling me every chance he got. And I'm like, I can't stand to be upset. And this was okay. And I'm like, this is not okay to be upset. Like, this is not fun. This is not a cool thing. And I couldn't understand why. And so I ended up having to get back to my center. A relationship left that. Well, yeah, that was over. So I got right back to my yoga. You know what I'm saying? And I got right back to learning how to center myself and de-stress and deal with my anger in a different way. That's what I had to do. I went back to my journaling because during that time period, it got to a point to where a lot of things I did was frustrating. You do this too much. You're on social media too much. Every time I turn around, you're working on books and you're doing this. And it became a problem for me to do the things that was always keeping me calm. And so subconsciously, I stopped doing these things, trying to make something work that wasn't working. And I was forgot about me, and so in doing so, I forgot about Quisha. And when I forgot about Quisha was no longer in control. That's just what it was. And so I had to get back to the things that I know for me worked for me. And so when it comes down to mental health for me, one thing that I can say that I always have done is write. For me, writing is a coping mechanism. And I tell people all the time, find your coping mechanism. I learned this from my old job. Find your coping mechanism of things that you're going to be able to do during any particular situation, depending on what that is, to where you can cope for the time being, so that you can be able to, at some point, be able to de-stress mentally, because it starts on the inside, y'all. We have to be able to relax and de-stress from the inside out, like I said. And so for me, like I said, it's music, it's writing. I'm not a nature girl, but there are times, I do want to get out and just see God's beautiful creation. Not in the woods, because I'm scared of snakes and bugs, but I walk a sidewalk. As long as no bugs come around, we good. Things like that. So, or just sit out and do that. That's like the last resort for me, though. My writing or music is definitely my first, and that's for me. And then my yoga, I do my yoga to sit back and relax and meditate and just center it, and from the inside out, be able to relax. And like I said, a lot of times we're not taking that time. Some people think if I just sit down and get still and watch a little TV, I'm relaxing. Some people think if I sit down, turn the lights off, and don't do nothing, I'm relaxing. And I swear that's not the case. You're not relaxed in that state of mind of something I had a long day, so I'm going to kick back and drink this thingy or smoke this thingy or pop this pill, most to relax me, whatever. That's not what you're doing. You're not relaxing yourself. It feels good. It's a temporary moment and it feels good, but it's not going to give you that help as if it could if you took you and mentally distressed you from the inside out. And that's being conscious and aware. And like I said a while ago, one thing that we do in my yoga is that they teach you how to literally take little steps of yourself. Your eyes, you're going to be aware of your eyes, your forehead, your cheeks, your teeth, your neck muscles, your shoulders, your chest. Like, you're aware of what your body is doing. And you have to start from the crown and go all the way down. And then, like I said, once you get to a certain point of your body, if something up here that you've relaxed begin to tense back up, then you got to go back and fix that thing. Relax it and come right back down until your entire body is relaxed. Listen, it took me a long time to figure out how to do that, because I thought, oh yeah, we're going to get in this position. Oh, I'm going to relax. And I would be relaxed. That's what I thought. But the more I kept laying there, I'm like, I'm just not relaxed like I thought I was. But now I can literally, truly lay back and just be weightless, like just be relaxed. It takes me a while to get there, but I can get there to that point. And it's once you get there, like, you don't want to move. You feel that good to where you don't want to, and then once you move, it's like, I can go run a mile. I don't even run, but I be feeling I want to do something. And I be telling my daughter, like, I don't know what it is, but I want to go do something. Like, I don't know, I don't care what it is. Let's go do something, because I'm so relaxed. And I'm like, yes, let's go do something. So again, dealing with our mental, you guys, is so much more than isolating ourselves. It's so much more than talking to family and friends, and it's so much more than self-medicating. It's so much more than that. We definitely got to omit all of those things, and definitely take that time, right, to learn how to de-stress and relax from the inside out. And my cousin, A.M. Malone, quote unquote, says, I have read a lot of self-help books, but I have not read yours. Where is that? I don't have a self-help book. I don't got one. But you can type, I am an author, so I do have books out, but they're not self-help. Sorry. But you can go to your Google. You can do that right now. And type in my name, wherever it's at, LaQuisha Malone, and you'll see me. I swear I got my own page on Google. Like, you'll see me there and everything, because I've been an author for like 13 years and been, always doing stuff. So this is one of my passions also, you guys, motivating and encouraging people. It's always been my passion, you guys, to do something like that. I mean, if you really want to help a girl out, we can cash out. No, I'm just playing. I don't want to do that. But outside of all that, you guys, like I said, tonight definitely is a mental thing, you guys. I'm going to ask y'all a question, but y'all don't be want to give up no answers, you know what I'm saying? So I ain't going to ask y'all no questions. I ain't going to talk to y'all like that no more. Not right now. So I'm just, y'all got questions, y'all ask me. Y'all want to know something, just ask me, because I'm wrapping it up. All right. So when it comes to our mental health, African American people, Black people, brown people, Latino people, white people, whoever you are, like, let's take that a little bit more serious. As you can see in this world today, especially with the isolation and shutdown of the pandemic of COVID, where a lot of people learned a lot about themselves and their marriages and relationships. We need more than ever to be able to be in tune with our emotions and our mental state. Period. Like I said, the same way you as a mother or a father can look at your child and just know when something's wrong, or you can look at your partner, your wife, your husband, your significant other, whoever they are to you, and you just know that something's not right. The same way you can do that for them, we have to be able to be that conscious with ourselves and take action. Right? We have to do that. And again, no self-medicating. Take it out. All those things. We just not, that's not the thing. Not for that moment. Like, you can go back and do what you want to do later, but for that one moment of your space, just give yourself that time to truly, from the inside out, relax and de-stress and have a true moment of breath, and not just from your nostrils, and just a moment to calm and relax and breathe all over. All right, you guys. So that is definitely my encouragement to you about our mental state. All right, y'all. I do love talking to y'all. Like, I had a lot of fun. And I want to say thank you to A.L. Malone, my possible cousin over here, because he won't answer my question. I don't know why when I ask him, are you my cousin, he won't answer me. And Mr. Rodney and Mr. Chad, y'all were great. Thank you so much for chatting with a girl, tuning in with a girl. I try to do this every Sunday after 6 o'clock, y'all. After I go from one live, I come to the next. And I do enjoy you guys. If y'all have nothing else for me, because y'all can talk to me. I mean, I talk back. Ask AL, ask Chad, Charnel, Rodney. I talk back, y'all. Ask them, they'll tell you. So if y'all have any questions for me, thanks for the advice. Rodney said thanks for advice. I don't know what advice I gave you, but hey, I'm just a vessel for God. I just pray. Tell me what to say. I say to his people. I ask him every day, let me be a vessel to pour into somebody. You send them to me. I don't need to go looking for people. Just send them to me. And this is one way that I choose to do that with my platform. Okay, I choose to do that. So Rodney, I thank God. I owe it all to God. And I will see you guys next week. If no one else has any more questions for me, you don't have anything that you need to say though, girl. Nothing. Yeah. So I'll see y'all next week. I don't know what we're gonna talk about as usual, per usual. I just pray about it and keep it moving. And when I come back, hopefully I have something else that's good and interesting to be said. Just before I go, y'all can leave my comments after the video is on a replay. But y'all let me know, should I go back and finish my psychology degree? I got 1 year left. Do I need to go back and finish that degree for my little thing that I love to do when I talk to people and mentor and help and motivate people and things like that? Do I need to go back and finish that degree to get my therapy license or something? I don't know. Y'all help us out because I'm confused. All right. So it has been super great talking to you guys. I am about to go because I've been on here a long time and no one has actually said any questions to me. Y'all most have been responding with good words of encouragement. Thank you guys for the ones who are doing so. Y'all motivate me. Y'all keep me uplifted. And y'all make me feel like I'm doing something right and I want to keep doing it. So I'll see y'all next week. Don't be afraid to reach out to a sister, all right? Y'all be blessed. All right, and take care of your mental health. Keep it in check. And de-stress yoga is my top response to that. Learn it, get it, you got it. All right, y'all be blessed.